From the very first lines drawn by longboarding's icons, world champions have always been more than winners. They've been style icons, craftsmen, storytellers of the glide. Joel Tudor carried the torch of tradition. Women like Kaylia Moniz and Daisy Shane redefined grace. Justin Quintal and Harrison Roach, duct tape renegades who turned artistry into world titles. And Taylor Jensen, a modern powerhouse whose 4 crowns have set the standard. Now a new chapter is being written. Rachael Tilly, Honolulu Bloomfield, Soleil Erico, modern leaders defining this generation.
Throw me in the ocean and I'll find a way to float. I can hold my breath much longer than my nerves.
Because the title of World Longboard Champion has always meant more than a trophy. It's a connection, past to present, tradition to progression, the pioneers to the new wave. And in 2025, the chase is on.
It is the Corona Cerro post show from the Surf City, El Salvador Longboard World Titles. We just saw Kai Ellice-Flint, the number 2 seed, come through, force it to a best 2 out of 3 with the number 1 seed, Edouard Delpero. The stylish Australian is your men's 2025 World Longboard Champ. What an accomplishment. What a day here at a dream location for longboarding. El Sunzal, El Salvador, Cobblestone Point. Beautiful waves throughout the day. And we're getting this Corona Cerro post show kicked off. Kai Figueroa, Carla Zamora, and Sam Bleakley. Carla, what a day.
What a day it's been, boys. I mean, and what a day it's been for longboarding, right? For the purists, for the logging loyalists, to see these two be crowned champions. It really was an epic day, to say the least.
Yeah, I think Rachael thoroughly deserved to get on that list along with Corey Schumacher, along with Soleil Erico and Honolulu Bloomfield, of 3 times Women's World Longboard Champion. And I also feel as if Kai Ellice-Flint is such a popular winner because the underground longboard core lords around the planet love his style.
Well, cheers to that.
Cheers to another title. Another championship.
Yeah, another title going to Australia, the 8th world title for Australia to win, and done in spectacular fashion. Kai Ellice-Flint with that 9.5 today. Sam, that was just incredible. But he kept it on the excellent range, I think, every time he hit the water.
Yeah, and it's the flow and the creativity in the places he takes his longboard whilst mixing the footwork throughout. It is an absolute pleasure to watch, and it's so hard to do, but he does it with this incredible composure in the upper body.
People are so used to a lot of explosiveness from shortboarding, and that's what's so important and special about longboarding is those subtleties. And Kai Ellice-Flint embodied all of that. And you really didn't see his arms go above his shoulders until he finally won the title.
Yeah. You know, a lot of times, even though style's not really in the criteria, the aesthetics of someone like Kai Ellice-Flint was just incredible on the men's side of the stuff. On the women's side, hey, congratulations. Let's talk, Carla, about Rachael Tilly. Talk about writing your own story. She started at chapter 1, match 1, taking the win. She took the long road for her 3rd world title.
She took the long road indeed, and boy, did she just hit it with every heat. She was phenomenal. She got excellent range scores. She had that connectivity and that flow, and there really was no denying her.
Yeah, and the momentum and the stamina. I got to ask her, what did you have for breakfast? You know, she's the Iron Woman of longboarding now. She didn't eat much. It was fluid and positive vibes that kept her going on world-class surfing.
Here she is in the title matches. Rachael Tilly, 26 waves surfed today onto a world title, Carla.
I mean, what an accomplishment in that in of itself. We had mentioned that nobody had really been able to go to the title match after 3 heats, but she managed to do all of them and then take the title in the end.
And Kipes, talk about a lucky board. Not only did she win on this board last year, she's also won a number of high-profile events on it. This board is her absolute favorite.
Something about the rocker on this Josh Martin design, incredible. She just seems like when she tipped the board, she tipped her feet, the board went with her, Carla, and it was just over and over again. Rachael, with clutch performances, had to come back from behind a number of heats today.
Yeah, she did, but she did so with such a calculated strategy and really knowing this wave and feeling comfortable on this wave. It was going to be hard to beat her no matter what.
And talk about getting good karma. She loaned her backup board to Edouard Delpero, who was still awaiting his board to arrive from the airline.
Yeah, the waves of our lives saga continued.
Yeah, just the ease in which she was able to approach, and just talk about also comfortable here at Ellice-Flint. She's gone back to back here. She's got a relationship with this wave.
Yeah, she needs a tattoo of Sunzal, the Queen of Sunzal.
I think so. I think that's definitely got to find a place on her skin there, and it's going to be so special, maybe close to her heart, perhaps, because now that she's won a second world title. And believe it or not, I had a premonition. Told you guys I'd had a dream that I didn't want to jinx it, but it was that she was going to win again.
And Kipes, the cool thing, this is a Hoffman fabric inlay as well. I mean, talk about kudos to add to a great board.
Talk about just a lineage. Flippy and Walter Hoffman started Hoffman Fabrics over 50 years ago, and just that is some great karma right there. Good looking board and a back-to-back world title for Rachael Tilly. Starting of the day, who would have thought someone would come from match number 1 all the way to a world title? Well, yeah. I guess you thought, Carla.
Well, you had the premonition.
I just had the premonition. I didn't really know how it was going to fit in, but I did have this very vivid dream and premonition, and remember waking up that morning and being like, Rachel's going to win again.
And being out of priority as well seemed to help her momentum, Kaipo, in all of those heats.
Yeah, and just, a great competitor. Look at the list. Look at how many times you see Rachael Tilly on that list, along with Honolulu Bloomfield, along with Soleil Erico.
And
all of our world champs.
As you mentioned earlier, she now sits in that pool of triple world title winner with Soleil and Honolulu and Corey Schumacher. So that's going to be, maybe she's going to keep on like Taylor and be searching out for another.
And with Tori Gilkison, our head judge, all of these 4 women are here going way back from winning World Longboard titles. So it really demonstrates that, that how at the top of the game these women still are. Soleil, Honolulu, Rachael, and Tori as our head judge.
Yeah, and, I think just the surfing, when you look at both the men and the women on the longboard tour, are really evenly matched. I mean, you look at the top 4 or 5 women, and they could win a lot of the men's heats as well. It's a very evenly matched discipline in surfing, and what we saw on display today was absolutely incredible. And you know what I want to say, Sam? Great year to Avalon Gall too. Just 22 years old, finishing up number 2 in the world. I mean, she a future world title, I feel, is in the cards for her.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, Kaipo, because she did hold her nerve and she performed brilliantly, and she nearly got the score she needed on that last ride. Just had she made that last section, you felt like it was going to be the score. But she's been amazing this season, and she deserves to finish world number 2, and she's going to be involved for a long time to come and will continue to inspire longboarders around the world.
Yeah. Well, on the men's side of stuff, gosh, what a story. We were gushing over Kai Ellice-Flint, and the super steezy surfer hailing from Noosa Heads, Australia. What a way to win a world title for Kai, because he did it unmistakably. That was a dominant performance for a world title.
And he's been really dominant in the series, even though he didn't have a great finish in Abu Dhabi. What he's been putting on the table and his approach has been just so different than what we've seen in past, and the judges really acknowledging that, and that's why he's got that world title.
Yeah, it's using the board and using all of the wave, Kaipo, that seems to really separate him from the rest.
Yeah, he started off in match number 4 as the number 2 seed against Taylor Jensen. Taylor Jensen was looking for his 5th world title. He's going to have to wait for that, but Taylor Jensen still at the top of the list when you talk about men's world titles. And then when we got to the title matches, Sam, Kai Ellice-Flint was it was one-sided. I gotta say it.
Yeah, and he gained momentum in that match with Taylor. He had a slow start and improved on his scores on his 4 waves, and then he really started to sing by the title match. But if you look at the creativity, what you see from this young surfer is an ability to use all of the board and all of the wave. He will take that board to parts of the wave you don't think it's possible for a longboard to go to.
I agree 100%, Sam, and I think that's what made it so special and is what such a celebratory win for him and like I said, that purist community.
Just the biomechanics, the body mechanics, just the positioning that he's able to, quick feet, but just the angles of attack here. He knows his boards well, Carla, because he makes his own boards.
Yeah, I mean, that helps. And as you said earlier, you know, if you're going to get a board for him, you're going to want to get your order in now, because I have a feeling that the orders are going to start racking in there for him.
Yeah, this is the 9.8 Frischen model, which is thrill in French, and it really worked for him. But look at the flow on that 9.5. It just was perfect.
And the steadiness, Sam, he doesn't get ahead of himself, just seems calm no matter what the situation is.
Yeah, all the work is happening in his hips, in his knees, and his ankles, and the trust of the board design. He's got an aesthetic that he appreciates, but what's really refreshing is this is what he describes as contemporary longboarding. He's not looking to the past. He's drawing inspiration from all generations of surfers on 9-foot plus boards, from the Waikiki beach boys all the way through to the 60s surfers, and even the 90s and early 2000s longboarders.
Just beautiful, Carla, mix of both nose riding and really dynamic, acute turns.
Yeah, I think that's what, as Sam was saying, just the contemporary modern longboarding, it's been happening for a while now, but for it to be on this stage and be able to get the recognition that it deserves is fantastic.
And if we think of some of the big name Australians who've won world titles like Josh Constable, Bo Young, Harley Ingleby, there's flashes of all of that inspiration in Kai, but very recognizable also is the input from the likes of Harrison Roach and that involvement style of longboarding where they want to be involved in the wave, they want to express themselves, they want to get active and busy, they want to be radical.
Yeah, and radical he was.
Yeah. That was a radical way to win a world title. We'll take a look at, Carla, our list of world champs starting at Dwayne DeSoto back in 2010.
Yeah, it looks like now he's the third in that most recent list. I think he's 8th Australian in history to win a world title. So he's going to feel that pride, that Aussie pride, and I'm sure going home it'll be a good party for him.
Yep, Nat Young, Entwistle, Marty McMillan, of course, in that earlier kind of names of list. Constable, Ingleby, Harry Roach, massive special names.
Yeah, and still, in this finals day, we did have Steven Sawyer, also a former world titleist, and Taylor Jensen. So future looks bright, but it's a mix of both the young and the old right now. I don't know if it's a change in the guard, but I think it's a celebration throughout the spectrum of longboarding, Sam.
Yeah, and I think we should also recognize what Edouard Delpero has done this year. Off the back of having baby Nico with his 2011 world champion partner Lindsay Steinrider from California, the base now in France with Edouard. But after winning the Surf Abu Dhabi Longboard Classic and coming in as #1 seed, arriving without his boards, having to borrow a board, and he still shone, and kudos to the Frenchman, and he would have loved to see his name on that list. Maybe he will in the future.
Maybe he will in the future. I mean, and honestly, surfing is a mental game, and that even with that equipment, you can't get it out. That was something that probably handicapped Edouard just a little bit in today's performance. We got to be honest about that. But congratulations to Edouard Delpero, Carla. Just a wonderful season that he's had. Look forward to seeing him again in 2026.
Sure, we sure are. And I think I wonder if he'll change some of those boards up for locations like this.
And everyone re-qualifies who we've seen here in the top 8. And also surfers finishing in 9th and 10th have re-qualified.
That's right.
Will we see more Hawaiians next year? I was so shocked that we didn't see Connie Ellis-Stewart and Kai Salas and John Michael Van Hoyenstein on that list, and they would have been watching hungry to be here next year.
Yeah, I think we'll see Johnny the Ripper. He's in that top 10, so we will see him already seeded into next year. Hey, coming up, we're going to make things official. Awards presentation here at El Sunzal, Surf City, El Salvador, when we return. Back at Surf City, El Salvador for the World Championships at El Sunzal. Corona Cero Post Show continues right now, and it's time to make things official to the official awards presentation. Mitchell Salazar,
Buenas tardes, damas y caballeros. Welcome to the 2025 Surf City El Salvador Longboard Championships Award Presentation. Bienvenidos a la ceremonia de premiación del Surf City El Salvador Longboard Championships. La WSL quiere reconocer, the WSL wishes to acknowledge that the Surf City El Salvador Longboard Championships event is held within the land that was known as Señorío de Cuscatlán. It is a part of the Nahua people culture within its Hunal strength and Yulpaki Corazon heart smiles. It is an honor to be here in the presence, and we continue to celebrate the culture, history, past and present of El Salvador, especially with its heritage and which is key to environmental preservation. Muchísimas gracias a todos los locales, a toda la gente de El Salvador, a todo el staff. Big thank you to all of the staff, especially our volunteer lifeguards. We appreciate everybody right here. What an event, what a day. 16 of the world's best longboarders, and we have crowned 2 World Longboard Champions. Hemos coronado 2 campeones mundiales de longboard aquí en El Salvador de nuevo. After determining our final 8 at the desert in Abu Dhabi, it's been an incredible season. Huntington Beach, Bells Beach, and of course right here at El Sunsal. All these surfers, the WSL Longboard Tour, los surfistas de tabla larga han viajado por todo el mundo para llegar a este punto, los mejores 16 de nuevo compitiendo aquí en El Sunsal. The significance of El Salvador, the importance of El Salvador so far when it comes to surfing, especially on the longboarding side, has been embraced with the title matches. En realidad hemos sido muy bendecidos, tanto de la alegría con las que nos reciben aquí, pero más importante, la importancia de El Salvador en la escena del surfing mundial. The biggest thank you to Surf City El Salvador. Muchísimas gracias a la gente de Surf City El Salvador, our title partner, for bringing the world's best longboarders back to El Sunsal once again for the World Longboard Title. Showdown at such an amazing venue with the best hosts and community surrounding this historic event. Also, big thank you to our event partner, Corona Cero. Without them, this would not be possible either. Muchas gracias a nuestros patrocinadores Surf City El Salvador, a toda la gente de la organización de Surf City y claramente también a nuestros compañeros de Corona Cero. Sin ellos no fuera posible este evento. Here to help out, hand out the trophies today, our WSL President of Tours and Competition, Mr. Graham Stapleberg. Y la ministra de Turismo también, Morena Valdez, she'll be handing out the trophies as well for our World Longboard Champions. Damas y caballeros, why don't we announce our world champions themselves, starting on the men's side. Give it up, un fuerte aplauso para su campeón mundial de longboard, first time ever, desde Australia, Kai Ellice-Flint. Trophy presented by Minister of Tourism, Morena Valdez. Graham Stapleberg, excuse me. Fuerte aplauso, big round of applause for Kai Ellice-Flint, first world championship. Raise that thing high, my friend. Kai, congratulations once again. Ya hemos platicado, we already spoke earlier about your maiden world championship, shaping your own boards, surfing the way you do it, surfeando la manera que tú lo haces. But what about El Salvador? What a special place to win your first World Longboard Championship. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much. I'm super proud to do it here and do it here with all the family and friends around me.
And what about the feeling of just winning here in Central America, especially with Surf City? They put on a...
I mean, we're in the tropics. It's beautiful. I mean, look at the place. It's amazing. The wave's great. The people are lovely, and we're really enjoying our time here.
And you're gonna have some Corona Ceros later, or what?
Oh, hell yeah.
Damas y caballeros, ladies and gentlemen, your World Longboard Champion, Kai Ellice-Flint. And now, big round of applause for your 3-time, su 3 veces campeona del mundo. Ahora, fuerte aplauso para la surfista de los Estados Unidos, Rachael Tilly. And handing out the award, Minister of Tourism, Ministra de Turismo, Morena Valdez. Raise that thing up, Rachael. Felicidades, nueva campeona mundial de longboard, new World Longboard Champion. Back-to-back, now 3 World Longboard titles, Rachael. Congratulations. 6 heats today. You won all 6 of them. I know you're exhausted, but just give me the lowdown on how it felt to go from literally the first heat of the morning to one of the last.
It feels unreal. I can't even put it into words, but if there's any place for it to happen, it would be here at El Sunzal. I love this wave. I feel at home here. I feel at home here in El Salvador, and I didn't believe that this would be at the end of today, and so I'm trying to wrap my head around it 3 times. Just is not something I imagined for myself, and I'm so grateful it's here.
Board intact too?
Yeah, I think it's almost time to get a tattoo about Sunzal or El Salvador or something.
Congratulations. Damas y caballeros, ladies and gentlemen, World Longboard Champion 3 times now, Rachael Tilly and Ellice-Flint winning his first one. Another big thing, too, about this event, President Bukele made sure that this awards, everybody's getting their pay in Bitcoin for this one. So big thank you to Surf City, big thank you to Corona Cero, and congratulations to our World Longboard Champions. Back to the Corona Cero Post Show.
Thank you, Mitchell Salazar. As we're celebrating with Ellice-Flint and Rachael Tilly, your 2025 World Longboard Champs. And it was a beautiful day here on the shores of El Salvador. Well, the Coast Show continues, and we're going to be wrapping up with some of the moments from today after we get a little aerial view of the toasting of the cups between our 2 surfers. Favorite moment today, Carla?
Oh, gosh. There were so many good moments. I think Kai just putting it down in such classical form and really leading the charge for the next generation. And then, of course, Rachael just powerhousing through 6 heats.
What about you, Sam?
Incredible.
I think it was the shining of Sunzal. It really is a perfect wave for the longboard canvas. And we had it at a nice medium size today, which allowed that pacing so that you could perch on the tip and get those really critical lifting 10s. But some of the rail work we were seeing, it was beautiful because it wasn't those big bouncy wide shoulders. It was those medium-sized runners that allowed all of that silky engagement. And I think Sunzal shone as a premier longboard wave.
Yeah, it sure did. And you know, the size of the swell, being able to handle like over a 6-foot tide coefficient today, and the angle, it was just a beautiful day for finals day. Thank you, El Salvador and Surf City. This is an amazing place. Well, you guys, let's go to some of our top 5 moments of the event. We got a lot to celebrate, but here's the top 5 for you, starting with Rachael Tilly, who has been on fire all day long, wrote the chapter to a world title, but started at the beginning in match number 1. Rachael Tilly with the number 5 moment, this buzzer beater in match number 1 to move on.
Yeah, this was so great. The first heat, you know, she was not in the highest seed and wasn't winning the heat, but then with that buzzer beater, just clinches it with an 8-3-3, just showing classic form and style.
And Khalees was right there to take the win. So it could have been Khalees's day, but Rachael dug deep and did it. And this was the beginning of that momentum.
Yeah, she just rode that wave of momentum all the way through to the title.
Started the day just saying, hey, my goal is just to make it on this first match. Did that and much more to the world title. But this is how it started in the morning. Long day for Rachael Tilly. 26 waves surfed. The true Iron Woman of today's competition. Incredible athleticism displayed by Rachael.
Yeah, the Queen of Sunzal, and that's what the tattoo should say, if she goes for one, and I think she should.
I think she should as well.
Number 4, Declan Whiten makes a run, Carla.
Declan Whiten was actually a joy to watch in these earlier heats, and there was a moment there that we really felt that he was going to keep that momentum and take it all the way. He just coupled together some really great moments, and like that drop knee there, that's really what hit the mark.
Searing, you know, those turns. And he came in as a number 7 seed as well, like Rachael, and he went on a really good run, blending that rail work, that tail work with good nose riding.
Yeah, it was great to see him also kind of giving a nod to a bit of that traditional approach, but that contemporary modern power that we like to see in the longboarding.
Beautiful surfing from the surfer from Manly Beach, Australia. And we look forward to seeing more of Declan Whiten in 2026. This moment, in match number 3, Ellice-Flint and Taylor Jensen a celebration on the way in here.
I had to watch the replay to count the crossovers. There were 6 crossovers, and that says a lot about how Sun Zhao is for this type of experience. And it really was a nice celebration because Taylor on fire, going for his 5th World Longboard title, but sharing that space with Kai, honoring that Kai is world class. But we know that Taylor is still at the top of his game as well, and he'll be hungry for 2026.
Yeah, the class act that he is will definitely be fighting again for one more.
Just a great moment of sportsmanship here. Of course, Kai Ellice-Flint out of this match 3 and into a world title. Big day for the Australian, did it in stylish fashion. Number 2, let's keep on talking about Kai Ellice-Flint, Carla.
Kai just did something for the longboarding world that we've been waiting a long time for. And he's going to go down in history as the one that hopefully opened up the door and really allowed that contemporary yet traditional approach to longboarding get highlighted in the competitive arena.
Yeah, no matter what type of board you ride, you will appreciate the way he covers so much ground. Look at that rebound, but done with such effortless grace and then chaired up the beach. And big shout out as well to Max Weston, who took the win at Bells Beach.
Number 1, the day belonged to Rachael Tilly from the start to the end, Carla.
I mean, you couldn't deny every woman's heat, we saw her. I was filling out my spreadsheet with all the scores and kept filling out Rachel's scores. So what a feat that it was for her to accomplish, not just by winning the world title, but by doing it in that many consecutive heats.
Yeah, and also the behind the scenes work, you know, launching her career within the surf media as a commentator, having a podcast, staying at the top of her game as a competitor, working on great boards and maintaining that resilience to still be at the very top of her game. And I think she deserved to be on that list of 3 times winners, and I think she's got a lot of potential to go into a 4 times winner as well.
Love it. And that classic Hoffman fabric inlay on the Josh Martin board looked magic all day today. This is where we are, Surf City, and this is just phase 1 of Surf City. We got much more happening here in El Salvador. We're looking forward to future visits. But for right now, Carla, Sam, cheers. Great working with you. Great work. And for you, WSL, remember the show continues. We're in the big wave season right now. Tudor Nazare Challenge opens up November 1st. We're in that season till March 31st. And I'll see you at Pipeline January 29th for the Lexus Pipe Challenger. Enjoy the end of today's highlights. And thank you for watching. Aloha.
There's so much to look forward to today. Momentum is going to be absolutely fundamental as we count down the seconds and kick off our opening match. World Title Day of the 2025 Surf City El Salvador Longboard Championship. Here we go, Rachael Tilly chasing a significant score of 7.78, locks in a 10, holds that 10, stays on a soul arch, goes into a second 10, streaking through this clean, long overhead section, going for her 3rd World Longboard title. And the score comes in at an 8.33, and she has turned the match.
Here we go, White, Declan's first ride.
Nice 5, nice 10, walks out cleanly. Now we'll see one of those trademark turns, drop knee, power gouge with spray.
Beautiful transitions there for Hiroko, really working on her hand placement. Clinical surfing here from the Japanese surfer from Chiba, Japan.
Rachael Tilly won match number 1. She's just won match number 2.
You know, I just knew with how these conditions are, all you need is an opportunity to get up into those 7, 8s.
Oh, coming to big fade from Declan Whiten.
There was definitely a bit of luck in that one for sure, but you need a bit of luck in this game, so stoked.
Honolulu Bloomfield, she's going to be coming up against Rachael Tilly.
Here we go, in and out of a nose ride there. Honolulu Bloomfield looking smooth and strong. And Rachael Tilly takes the win off the back now of 3 wins.
How's the day been so far?
I mean, I'm talking to you, so it's been going pretty good.
The big man going for his 5th World Longboard title, Taylor Jensen.
4 steps up to the nose there, gets a tight 5, and then wraps it around again, full roundhouse.
He gets a heat total of 16.16. Declan Whiten is eliminated, and Taylor Jensen will move into match number 4.
Soleil did really well here to capitalize on this moment, but there's better waves out there to take.
So she kicks out and had a front row view to Rachael.
There it goes. It flipped.
Rachel heard it right now.
Yeah, there she goes.
For Rachael Tilly to come from behind yet again today into the title matches, that's incredible stuff.
Just 10, 20 seconds after the hoop. And here it is, the party wave victory lap crossing over under Kai. You'd love to see it, Kaipo.
Great sportsmanship right here. And Kai Ellice-Flint onto the title match.
I just called my parents. I've just been crying because I just like, I can't believe I'm like in this opportunity again, and I'm just so thankful. Like I just can't believe I'm in this moment.
5 heats surf, 5 heats won. She's going to take it to a best of 3. Rachael Tilly wins the first title match against number 1 seed Avalon Gall. The degree of difficulty of things that he has done so far is next level. This is world-class longboarding from Kai Ellice-Flint as he sets himself up with the style and the grace of an absolute master. For me, that was the best wave I have seen of the event, Carla. That was absolutely incredible.
Congratulations to your 2025 World Longboard Champ, Rachael Tilly. It's her day. She wrote her own story today, starting on chapter 1 in match number 1, winning 6 heats on her way to a 3rd world title for Tilly.
It's going to go down in history.
What a story.
I want to do better. I want to be better. I want to be the best.
Today you can call yourself the very best in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, your World Longboard Champion for 2025. Give up for Kai Ellice-Flint.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be